Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabansi. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today, we got another show here for you guys that we definitely want you guys to stick around for. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, today we're going to be talking about the Dallas Mavericks and the embarrassment that they've become at the end of this regular season. As y'all know, over the past few weeks and months, the talk around the Mavs was Luka Doncic doesn't have enough help. He's a one-man show. Whenever he leaves the game, the team plummets. And the question was, when are the Dallas Mavericks going to get Luka some help? So heading towards the trade deadline, the Dallas Mavs decided to trade for Kyrie Irving, a disgruntled Brooklyn Nets point guard, and add them to their roster and trade away players like Jalen Brunson and others in order to get Luka Doncic some all-star help, another ball handler, and another legitimate scorer, a 50-40-90 guy. So they pull off the trade. And a lot of people were speculating that, hey, this team could end up being very, very good. But when these two guys started playing together, you could see that the fit wasn't exactly a smooth fit, and they had their ups and their downs. But nevertheless, even while they were plummeting down the standings, they still had an outside shot to make it into the play-in tournament and still find a way to make it into the playoffs. So going into last night's game, the Dallas Mavericks elected to do the unthinkable. They sat Kyrie Irving, they sat a lot of their good players, and decided to only let Luka Doncic play 12 minutes and 35 seconds. And they went on to lose that game, essentially tanking that game. They lost the game 115 to 112, and you can see Mark Cuban on the sideline there, trying to act like he looks sad. Well, that single decision has now brought down all types of criticism on the Dallas Mavericks. And now, while doing research this morning, I came across an article from CBS Sports where one of the reporters is absolutely going off and wrote a scathing article about the Dallas Mavericks. But before we get into that, this video is brought to you by sponsor Aura, who's also the official sponsor of the T-Wolves. Do you know what the fastest growing crime in America is today? It's identity theft. Imagine trying to log into your email only to see that your password has been changed. Then you start getting weird notifications from your bank and credit cards only to find out that all of your personal and sensitive information has been totally compromised. If you think it can happen to you and your family, just know that in 2020, over 49 million Americans were victims to identity theft, costing them a combined $56 billion. That is why we are excited to partner with Aura, who's the sponsor of this video. Aura is the #1 identity theft and financial fraud protection. Aura monitors the dark web and alerts you if any of your passwords and accounts have been breached. And funny enough, after using Aura, I discovered some of my credentials were floating around in the dark web, and the app showed me exactly when and where the breach happened. In addition, Aura allows you to set spending alerts, and they'll notify you of any suspicious transactions. Aura is 4 times faster than any of its competitors in alerting you if someone is trying to open a credit card or obtain a loan using your name. And remember this, every 14 seconds, someone becomes a victim of identity fraud. Don't let it happen to you. Now click the link in the description and try Aura for free for 2 weeks and see if any of you or your family's personal information has been compromised. Start your free trial at aura.com/dreamerspro. And when you try Aura, by using the link in the description below, also know that you're supporting this channel. Thank you. Let me get into this article. Starts off with the headline, Mavericks trading for Kyrie Irving only to punt on season is a shameful look. Entering the play-in on Friday, the Dallas Mavericks still had an outside shot at qualifying for the play-in tournament. They were 1 loss back to the number 10 Thunder, who do hold the tiebreaker, making that an effective 2-game deficit with 2 to play. The Mavs needed to win their last 2 and have OKC lose its final game versus the Grizzlies. Not likely, but possible. Instead, the Mavericks, a team that traded for Kyrie Irving with at least an internal intention of competing for a championship, unapologetically punted on any chance that they might have had at a postseason by sitting Irving, Tim Hardaway Jr., Josh Green, Maxi Kleber, Christian Wood against the Bulls for precautionary reasons. Furthering the slap in the face to all the fans who paid to see the game and the Mavericks fans who were holding out hope for their team in the playoffs, Dallas played Luka Doncic for the first quarter only because it was, I feel, Slovenia night, per ESPN's Tim. Doncic didn't want to disappoint his countrymen who came to see him play. This is such a shameful look, not just for the Mavericks, but for the NBA as a whole, as this problem of the best, most marketable players becoming increasingly less dependable to actually play, for one reason or another, continues to damage the league's reputation and product. If you don't know why the Mavericks pulled the plug on the season, it's because they entered Fridays tied with, coincidentally, the Bulls, their Friday opponent, for the 10th best lottery odds. The 2023 first-round pick that Dallas owes to the Knicks as the final piece of the Kristaps Porzingis trade is top 10 protected, meaning if the Mavericks 2023 pick lands at number 11 or lower, they lose it to New York. Under the current lottery structure, it's a sensible move. That's why the structure stinks. Anything that encourages an NBA team, considering the money these guys make and the money in turn fans are expected to pay in either the form of tickets or cable packages, to put a product on the floor with the intention of losing games is unequivocally a terrible, borderline insulting thing. The last month of every NBA season is always, to some degree, become a tank fest. And you understand why, as it does make more sense to prioritize lottery positioning than it does to maybe sneak into the play-in tournament only to get bounced a few days later when it's still alive for the playoffs. And the article basically goes on and on and on. You guys can go definitely check it out there. I want to quickly say this, and I mean this. There's a lot of trash, garbage content out there being produced on a range of things, but especially on NBA content. And one of the things we pride ourselves in this particular company here, is putting out high level, quality, consistent, well thought out content. As you guys can see, we don't even swear on this channel. It's not because I don't know how to swear. It's because we want to position ourselves in a particular way that people take us seriously. Number two, one of our goals is cultivating one of the most intelligent, well thought out fan bases or communities in all of sports media. But all too often, I'm noticing that we got a few illiterates that are making their way into the comments section and are polluting our community with their stupidity. So I just want to say this now. Please, if you're someone that is cantankerous, that harasses people and makes silly points on a consistent basis, I'm kindly asking you to stay off of this platform. I am tired of reading one idiotic comment after the other, something that is not thought out, only meant to troll people and get on people's nerves. I'm now noticing that even just by posting about this topic, we have a few knuckleheads coming into the comment section talking about, but I don't see why you're getting mad. Kawhi Leonard does it. Excuse me. Have we not produced videos after videos criticizing Kawhi Leonard? Are they not on the channel? Did we not just criticize Kawhi Leonard after they load managed the game in Memphis when he only played the first quarter and went on to lose the second game? to the New Orleans Pelicans. We did that. I don't know if you guys think you're dealing with idiots. Maybe because you're an idiot, you think everybody else is an idiot. But please spare us with these idiotic comments. You're actually lowering the IQ of our comment section when you do this. I know a lot of you guys think it's funny, but it's not funny. The irony is a lot of these people are over the age of 30, acting like kids. If you got something stupid to say or something slick to say, there are literally thousands of channels. Go on there. Go find somebody else to play with. I don't want to interact with illiterates. People that cannot reason at a basic level. Obviously, I've criticized Kawhi Leonard on numerous occasions. Your favorite analysts, do they criticize their favorite players all the time? I do. I'm asking you kindly to stay off the channel. We're not trying to be dumber over here. We're trying to have some serious intellectual conversations in a respectful way. But enough is enough.